A growing concern for farm families across Pennsylvania over the past few years has been the negative impact of rising property taxes. The main culprit for the higher tax burden is a mushrooming state pension deficit, which is estimated at $50 billion. Pennsylvania Farm Bureau members have been actively engaged in conversations with the State General Assembly on the need to act as swiftly as possible to address long-term pension concerns and the mounting unfunded liability.
Over the next 20 years, there will be a spike in pension costs that local school districts, along with the state government, must meet, and particularly for the school districts, the primary source of revenue they have to meet that is from property taxes.
That's Huntington County farmer Russ Kuiper, who says farmers are especially vulnerable because they own large amounts of land in order to make a living. But Kuiper is also concerned that Pennsylvania students are negatively affected when school districts cut services due to the pension funding dilemma.
I'm a strong proponent of public education, and it concerns me when I see that the large portion of our property taxes are going to cover pensions and overhead costs and not going to the direct benefit of educating our children.
Kuiper participated in a roundtable discussion on pension reform with other farmers and Governor Tom Corbett. The talks took place around a kitchen table on a farm owned by Deb and Bill Hoover. Bill says officials from his school district in Huntington County have already told him his property taxes will go up again without pension reform.
Our income is based on how many acres we have, and it's not a high income per acre. The last 5 years, it's averaged at 12% of our profit is taken by real estate taxes.
Meanwhile, Governor Corbett told farmers that all Pennsylvanians will face higher tax bills without changes to the existing and unsustainable pension system, and that a failure to act during budget negotiations earlier this summer has hurt the state, with recent news that Moody's downgraded Pennsylvania's credit rating.
What does that mean? It costs more money to borrow if your rating is as high as it was. And when I say borrow, that's for the state to borrow, for municipalities to borrow, for school districts to borrow. So how you pay that? You pay for it in more taxes.
The governor says at the very least, lawmakers can pass legislation now that will create a more fiscally responsible 401k-based retirement plan for newly hired employees.
The plan that we propose does not fix the existing problem. It starts treating the beginning of new people coming in and not putting them into the system.
Farmers like Bill Hoover say they don't begrudge retired teachers and state workers who met their obligation by paying into the system, but he says an updated pension formula is needed for new employees.
It's not that we think the people that are receiving these pensions did anything wrong. They abided by the rules. They did their job, they paid their share, and they deserve their pensions, but in the future, it's getting to an unsustainable level that the homeowners, farm owners need some relief.
Farmers understand the reality of it being an election year and that politics often play a major role in determining whether legislation moves or is put on the back burner. But they also believe it's time for lawmakers to act on behalf of the people who voted them into office by passing pension reform before time runs out this year. I'm Mark O'Neill, Pennsylvania Farm Bureau News.